What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. And in this video, I'm going to go ahead and be applying for the Citi Custom Cash credit card. And along the way, I hope to be giving you all some good tips, as well as the reasons why I like the Citi Custom Cash and why I've been waiting to get it for so long. Now let's go ahead and jump right into it. Alrighty, so going ahead and jumping to Citi's website, I'm going to go ahead and go to this credit cards tab and view all credit cards. And here you're going to be able to see a list of all the different credit cards that Citi offers. And they do have a lot of good ones. But for me, I'm only really looking at the personal cards, and in this case, looking at the Citi Custom Cash. It gives you a short description of the card right here. And one of the main reasons that I want to get it right now is also for this $200 cashback after spending $750 on purchases within the first 3 months. So now let's go ahead and click this learn more and apply. Perfect. So now the card that automatically adapts to you with 5% cashback. Now, this is the main reason that I'm getting the Citi Custom Cash. As you can see right here, it's earned 5% back on your highest eligible spend category each billing cycle up to $500 spent and 1% cash back thereafter. So basically, there are a lot of different ways that you can use this card, but the reason that I'm getting it personally is to use it for only one category that I will guarantee 5% cash back in, because it's going to be the one category that I spend up to $500 a month in. Now scrolling down the page, I'll show you all the categories that you can actually earn this in. You can do restaurants, gas stations, grocery stores, travel, transit, select streaming services, drugstores, home improvement stores, fitness clubs, and live entertainment. So all those things are things that you can earn that 5% back in that top category. For me personally, I think for now I'm going to be using it in the restaurants category. That may change depending on how my spend changes in the next coming months. Now I also do want to note that this $200 cash back that you get is actually going to be rewarded in Citi's thank you points, and that's going to be 20,000 points that they put into your account after spending that $750 in the first 3 months. So don't expect to be getting cash straight into any bank account that you have. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on the apply now. It's going to take me to a separate website where we need to fill in my personal information just to tell them about myself. And I also want to note that I don't actually have any affiliation with Citi as of yet. I don't bank with them or anything like that. So it's going to be a completely raw application, but I'm hoping that it'll all go well. Another good thing to check whenever you're applying for credit cards is right here. You just want to make sure that you're getting the exact right offer that you are wanting to apply for. And sometimes you can be clicking on a link that doesn't actually give you any welcome bonus, which would kind of be a waste of applying for a new credit card. So before I fill in my information, I'm just going to run through this with y'all so you can kind of see what you would be expecting if you were to apply for this card. First, it asks for just your personal information, all of the classic name, social security number, date of birth, US citizenship. Then wants your address. And then as you scroll down, you're going to add your phone number and your email address. And now this is a part where a lot of people get tripped up, including myself. I literally just watched like 5 videos last night just to figure out what income I should put, because for me, I'm a college student who also works. So it's like you can either put you're a student or that you're employed and what's better for you. It kind of really depends. But basically for your total annual income, what you can see here is that this includes your salaries, your wages, interest, dividends, rental income, retirement benefits. Not only that, but if you're 21 years or older, you can include income from others that you can reasonably access to pay your bills. So that means if you're a college student and you get money from your parents to help you go through college, you can actually include that in your total annual income. So this is particularly good news for college students because, as we know, we don't generally make a lot of money. We just don't have the time to do that. And you definitely don't want to put a $0 annual income on any credit card applications, because if you don't make any money, they're not going to want to lend to you, as you probably won't be able to pay them back. So for me personally, I'm going to be putting my yearly income that I'm expecting to make this year, and that'll include any money that I've made for my internship this year, any payments that family members give me in order to support me through school, as well as when I transition into my full-time career, I'm going to have a few months under my belt of that this year that I can include in my annual income. Now, a lot of people ask, can you lie about your annual income? And technically you can, but it is illegal, so I would not recommend doing this. A general rule of thumb for your total annual income is just to be as honest as you can with it, but if you do need to round, I would definitely round up. Just don't go overboard with that. As it comes to a rent payment, I do live in Austin and I pay pretty high rent, but my parents actually do pay for that. So in putting $0 here for my rent payment, I think that's going to help me increase my odds of getting approved. And the reason for this is because they're going to see that I have a very low debt to income ratio, meaning that I don't really have any debts right now, but I do have a pretty high income, which is going to be very helpful in me being able to pay back my credit card bills. Now scrolling down a little farther after this, it's going to actually ask you here if you want to add an authorized user. For me, I don't, so I'm not going to be clicking that box. And then from here, it's going to ask you to add a personal security word, and then you're going to enter an answer there, basically just in case, I guess, your account got hacked or something, which I guess is good to see that they're taking security pretty seriously. And then here you're going to see the terms and conditions, and this is something that you should definitely read through. I already have, so I kind of understand what's going on. Basically what these tell you is what you're agreeing to whenever you apply and ideally get accepted for the card. And these are different for each credit card, so make sure you pay attention every time you apply for a new one. Now this is something I love to see on my terms and conditions, just because I know that I'm not going to be paying an annual fee every year, and I can keep this card open for as long as I want without worrying about it racking up any annual fee payments. And after that, we just agree to the terms and conditions, check these boxes, and we'll agree and submit. So let me go ahead and fill in my personal information, and I'll get back to you soon. Okay, perfect. So I filled out all of my information, and now is the moment of truth. I'm gonna go ahead and click agree and submit. This is always a little bit nerve-wracking. Even though I know that I'm really good with credit cards, I still get really worried that the bank for some reason is gonna deny me, especially in Citi's case where I'm not a member with their bank already. I'm a little bit nervous about this, but let's go ahead and see what it says. Really taking their time with this. This is stressful. So I guess they wanna verify my identity. Send me a text message, sure. Oh, sweet, that's awesome. Okay, perfect. So I just got approved, which is really good news. Now my hands can hopefully stop sweating because that was really nerve-wracking. And now it's gonna want me to go ahead and create a user ID and password just so I can sign in with my Custom Cash account, which makes sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, perfect. So finally got the congratulations, and I'm gonna see that my card's gonna be coming in the mail within 7 to 10 business days. I also got a $3,000 credit limit, which is not as high as some of my cards, but it is still fine because I'm only using this card for one category, so I think that's very generous. Especially for a college student who isn't working full-time yet, I think this is good. The other nice thing about Citi that I didn't know is that you can already go ahead and start a balance transfer or get your card number today, which would be really nice. So I go ahead and use my card to order food or what have you so I can get closer to that $750 that I need to spend in order to get the $200 in cash back with the welcome bonus. And now all that's left to do is just wait the 7 to 10 days to get my card, or I could use my digital one that they provided me. But in the end, I'm just really happy to have gotten accepted for this card because this is one that I've had my eye on for a while, and I'm really excited to put that in my wallet and start using it. Some final notes on this card that I do want to mention is that this is not a card I would necessarily apply for if I wanted a one card strategy where I put all of my spend on one card, because as I mentioned previously, you only get that 5% back on one category up to $500 to spend every month, but after that you only get 1% back. So it's really not a good card to just be spending everything on because you're only going to get those rewards on one category. And in addition to that, as I said, I am a college student, but this is actually my 4th credit card, and this is not one that I would apply for first. I do have a video on the top 3 credit cards for college students, so you can click on up here, whichever corner it's in. But I did want to throw that out there because I don't want y'all to expect to apply for this card with no income and not having applied for a card before and get accepted. As it comes to the time between my credit card applications, between my last card and this one, it was about 3 months, and that's kind of my rule of thumb. And the reason for this is because when you apply for a new credit card, generally your score drops by a few points after you get a hard inquiry on your account. So in waiting that 2 to 3 month period, you're gonna build up your credit score again to that point or past it. And at that point, you should be pretty set on getting approved for a new card, as long as nothing's gone terribly wrong with your credit report in the last 3 months. Let me know if you have any more questions about the Citi Custom Cash card below, but I hope to be making a video on my experience using the Citi Custom Cash card here in the near future. So if you'd like to see something like that, I'd really appreciate you subscribing. Thank you guys so much for coming along on my application journey with Citi, and I wish you all the best of luck in your application processes. And in the end, if you enjoy this video, please give it a like, and I'll see you guys next time.